it's important. Trust your intuition, especially now with so many things going on the planet. You know, we have to be spirit led to survive.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
So get in touch with your intuition and be divinely led in your journey.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Dr. K Speaks. We have entered a new dimension in time. We are being called to evolve, transform. Join us.
Goddess, let's talk about the importance of following your intuition.
Yes.
Now, there's this very poignant story that Goddess remembers
Yes.
about my past and having to do with my intuition and why it's so important that you should follow your intuition, because I had forgotten all about the story. And then Goddess brought it up to me.
Yeah.
And then when she tells the story, it's like just like so sad.
It was.
To
witness what you went through emotionally
Mm-hmm.
was so sad. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness, because I felt your pain. You know, when everything happened, I was like, whoa, you was very upset.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, I was driving you around and you were crying, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. So this was during the time. So I had a dog, and I was raising my 3 kids on my own.
But first of all, let's say that you had said, like a couple of days before, you said, God, I want to trust my intuition more.
Okay.
Remember you said that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the setup for what happened.
Right. Okay. So I had been praying and saying, God, I want to trust my intuition more.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then a couple of days after, I talked to God about me trusting my intuition more. I had let the dog out in the middle of the night because, that was, normally what I did. The dog would come to the bed and do a little bark thing, wake me up, and then he's got to go out and go to the bathroom, and then he'll go out, and then I'll call him, and he comes right back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that same routine, got up, let the dog out, and when I went to open the door again to get the dog to come back in and calling the dog didn't come.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I'm just calling. I waited a few minutes longer, and then I was calling and calling and calling. And no cigars, the dog didn't come. Now, I must say this, that during that time, there was a rapist, someone who was raping women in the general area to where I was living. And so it was at night, and I'm a woman raising my 3 kids at home by myself. And the dog was like the protection for me, that the dog would bark to let me know that someone was around, because I got a history of being raped and sexually abused, right? So that's why I had the dog, when it's at night, bark, wake me up so I can be alerted to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's at night. The dog was not coming. And Spirit, God told me to go outside to get the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And is that how you remember it?
I remember the dog was barking. The dog kept barking. Remember the dog had, you thinking about the big dog, the little dog. It was a little dog that you liked a lot, that you had kept, because I think your dog had a litter or something, and you kept this dog, and it was some barking going on, and something, you were sewing that night, and you said, you need to go get that dog, and your son wasn't home, and you said, I'm not going out there to get that dog. And the dog kept barking. And that's when the next morning, the dog was gone. The dog that you loved, the one that was barking.
Mm-hmm.
And you were upset. And you were saying, the Holy Spirit told me to get the dog.
Yeah, because I called you and told you that I couldn't find the dog. Because the next morning I got up and I was calling the dog outside. And of course I'm going out in the backyard because it's daylight now and I'm looking.
Yeah. And you were very upset. And you was like, can you come? I need to find the dog. I didn't listen. I was supposed to listen. But I was scared. And you was very upset. And we rolled through the neighborhood and we saw the mail lady. And it was a mailman, I think. And he said that he saw a dog fitting that description. somewhere in the area. He said it, and he said he believed that the Humane Society had been through there and had picked it up. And you called them, and they said, yes, we think we have your dog.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, we went down there.
Yeah, but we had to wait and go the next morning, I think. Did we?
Yeah.
Because they were getting ready to close or something.
And they said, you said, don't put them to sleep. I'm coming to get them.
Well, I didn't even know about them putting them to sleep. They just told me that, come and get them. We got the dog.
Right.
We got a dog fitting that description.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I can come tomorrow at 9 something. I think this was during one of the times where my hoopty, because I always had a hoopty at the time, that hoopty must have been broken down because you came over and got me and took me to the Humane Society.
Yes. And it was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable that you told them you were coming. And as soon as we got there, they had just unalived him.
Yes.
Right at that moment, they had just unalived him. And they had him in the back of the building on a cement slab.
Mm-hmm.
And you just broke down crying. You were crying and you were apologizing to that dog. And I was just, emotionally, that was hard. And you was just apologizing to the dog. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't listen. And I think the message was, is that when God speaks to you and tells you to do something, do it. Because it could cost somebody their life. It could be yours, and that was like a profound moment for me because that was teaching me because I was a witness to this whole journey. The moment you asked and then to see what happened, that you were given a test, and what happens when you don't listen to Spirit. It's bigger than you just didn't listen.
Right.
It causes an effect on your life.
Yes.
When you don't listen to your intuition.
And at that particular time, that was a big effect on my life.
Yeah.
Because then I had to tell the kids about the dog.
Oh, wow. And then they were upset and you had to deal with that.
Yes.
And so, I could imagine you had some guilt about it.
Yeah, I sure did. It took a while for that guilt to go away because I heard it, to go out and get the dog.
Oh.
But then I had the fear, and I had the fear with the rapist being there because when I was about 17 years old and I was asleep at home, a guy came into the house and it was just me and my son at the time. And he was like maybe almost 2 and we were laying on the couch. And then this guy turned off the power in the house and pulled me up out of my sleep. I thought I was dreaming, right? Saying, stop, let me go, let me go, let me go. And then realized, whoa, this is real. And then I was tied up, bound and gagged and raped repeatedly and held hostage for about 7 hours.
Wow.
By myself with my son. And the reason why I didn't fight the man back is because my son was right there on the couch and I didn't feel like I could fight and get away and he might kill me and my son.
But you trusted your intuition and your intuition told you to talk to him in a way that he would connect with you on a more personal level and wouldn't harm you.
Yep. So that's what I did. I talked to him the whole time and asked him different questions. And it was just strange. I was 17 and I was doing that. Yeah. But I had to make myself be a real person and some endearing person in his eyes so he could see me as a person and not, cause harm to me or my son. So that was the reason why.
But you followed your intuition.
Yeah, at 17, followed my intuition.
And that's what saved you.
Yeah, it is.
Is I know you had that inner guidance that said, do this, do that. So you did the things that he wouldn't,
Yes, all throughout that whole 7 or 8 hours that he was there. Yep.
So it's important to really follow your intuition. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that was the real reason why I didn't go out. But, Spirit had told me to go out and get the dog.
Wow.
So that was a big lesson there. So it could be something that has already happened in your past, right? And then you come up against something with your intuition, and it's still important to follow your intuition.
Yeah. Even if you're afraid, you have to trust that. And two, in order to become what we have talked about in previous videos, your higher self, you have to follow your intuition.
Yes. You have to follow your intuition.
And you have to trust it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way that you can become the greatest version of yourself, is through trusting your intuition.
Absolutely.
It's like your inner guidance system.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. And then if you don't trust your intuition, then you can ask God to help you to trust your intuition, which is what I did.
Yes.
You know, I wanted to trust my intuition,
yes.
but I didn't trust it.
Yeah.
But I learned to trust my intuition. So it's not like that
mm-hmm.
prayer, you know, that request,
mm-hmm.
you know, from God, to God,
yeah.
you know, didn't unfold.
Yeah.
I was learning a big lesson for me.
You know, because I spoke before a couple of times, it got me out of danger. Trusting my intuition.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
I talked about the guy at the hospital,
mm-hmm.
and the spirit said, don't get on the elevator, and I didn't get on.
Mm-hmm.
And one time I went to a restaurant, and I ordered some Chinese food, and then I walked to a store in the next block, and this guy was trying to pick me up, and I threw my hand at him, like, leave me alone, like that. And when I came out of the restaurant, it was in the daytime, I could sense that something was wrong
mm-hmm.
in that parking lot. I said, something is off. It was just a really strange feeling. And when I got in the van, something said, turn around. My intuition said, turn around and look on the floor. And there was a man laying in the back of the van. You know, I guess he had a gun because I could see his head. You know, he was laying behind my seat. Mm-hmm. And I jumped out the van and went in the Chinese restaurant and got the owner. And it was in the daytime. But my instincts was like, something is off, something is wrong. And I usually get in the van and I don't look back, you know, but some said, look back, look behind the seat. And there he was. So it's important. Trust your intuition, especially now with so many things going on the planet. You know, we have to be spirit-led to survive.
Yes.
What's going on.
Yes.
So get in touch with your intuition and be divinely led in your journey.
Yes, absolutely. Divinely led.
Yes.
Always remember that it is extremely important to get in touch with and trust your intuition. Your intuition is available to you no matter where you are. When your intuition speaks to you, listen, trust, and follow it. It's not always easy because sometimes to follow your intuition means to feel the fear and do it anyway. If you don't follow your intuition, there will be an outcome. That outcome could have a serious impact on your life or the life of someone or something you care about. If you have challenges with getting in touch with or trusting your intuition, ask the Most High for assistance, and you will be divinely guided. And when you receive your guidance, listen, trust, and follow.
Check out Goddess's pocket-sized book entitled The Book of Wisdom. It's a 40-page powerful book of affirmations that will assist you on your journey. Order by email at goddessgoddess@yahoo.com. That's goddessgoddis@yahoo.com. Also, my book and workbook are available on Amazon. This powerful duo will help you to reprogram your brain to bring you what you want in life. My book is entitled I Rewired My Brain, My Journey to Freedom. And the workbook is entitled I'm Rewiring My Brain, My Journey to Freedom. Thank you for listening. And if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe so that you can be aware of all of the videos that I've already posted and ones that I will continue to post on how to become the highest version of yourself.